Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I know people are live right now, and I am looking forward to another live that's supposed to be coming on in less than an hour, so I'm not going to be on here long at all. This is going to be real quick, in and out, okay? What's up, Shop King Black? How you doing? How you doing, love? Make sure you guys like and share the video on your way in. It's a lot of shit going on, y'all. I mean, this Monday, I woke up to phone calls being made to courthouses, and phone calls are being made to the CPS, and phone calls being made to animal protection, and I don't know what it's evidently is one more phone call that has to be made, and that's at 6 p.m. my time, Central Standard Time. I don't know who that phone call is gonna be to, but I'm gonna be over there trying to, I'm just being nosy, just like the title of the show says. I'm just sitting here and I'm watching with my popcorn and my drink, my yak. You know how I do. But yes, please make sure y'all come on in and like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. Now, I just want to touch on a bit of last night. Rick said I can use clips of his video. You know, that's my guy. Just like he can use clips of mine. You know, when you cool with people like that on YouTube, you don't give a fuck if they use your shit or not. But I'm not, because I didn't have time to go through and check out the timestamps and all that. I'm gonna just go off of recollection and memory. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about last night and why I was acting the way I was acting, because people was like, I ain't never seen the hood table act like this. I ain't never seen the hood table look that serious before. I ain't never seen, and they probably haven't, other people have. But last night we was having a great show. We do our From the Block to the Hood table every Sunday. We flip-flop back and forth. It's either on Riggs' channel or it's on my channel. And it's every night. I'm sorry. I'm reading my message. Okay, so it's every Sunday, 9 p.m. Central, my time, 7 p.m. Pacific, his time. And we always go live every Sunday unless it's a holiday or family functions come up or something like that. We really try to stay dedicated and loyal to our show and to our supporters, and come live every Sunday, except for like when we taking breaks, or like after this month, maybe about 4 or 5 more weeks, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna end season 2 and start season 3. And we're also going to have a celebration for our 1 year co-host versary, which is next month, by the way. So we got some things in works. We making up some plans of things we're going to do for that special day when we celebrate. And I hope you guys will be there. And what's up, Riz? How you doing, love? But I just wanted to chime in on what happened last night. Then I'm going to discuss something else, some trending news, and that's it. Because again, I'm trying to be off of here by 6, because that's when VS going live again with live 4 out of 4. Okay, she already did 3 lives today on Limit, and I don't know what's in store for number 4, but I'm trying to get out of here before that. But anyway, and Riggs, feel free if you want to hit the link, or anybody else if you want to chime in on what happened last night. That's totally up to y'all. No pressure. But let me go ahead and drop this link while I'm thinking about it, because y'all know I forget. But so last night, our topic, we were talking about manipulators, we was talking about gaslighters, we was talking about backstabbers, we was talking about liars, things like that. That's what the title and the subject of the content was about last night. And we, for about an hour and 15 minutes or whatnot, we was, Riz and I was going back and forth, with our different thoughts on the different subjects that Riggs came up with. And of course, at the end of our show, we always, whether it's on my panel or his panel, we always drop the link. Oh, Deanna sent 10 floating heart jewels. Thank you, boo. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, I can't see this shit unless I'm actually looking on YouTube at the same time. On StreamYard, I cannot see that stuff. So I just happen to be looking over here on StreamYard, and I noticed that Deanna has sent that. So I'd probably be missing all type of shit that people be sending, huh? But anyway. But thank you, boo. And I did drop the link. Let me drop it in the other one, because I am going live vertically and horizontally. So I want to make sure I get it. But so we were having a great conversation. It was going good. Me and Riz getting our shit off as we normally do, popping our shit. And then we dropped the link. And one of the people, I'm not even gonna say their name. So somebody in the chat had hit the link, and they came up on the panel, and they were referencing something that had happened in the B sector. Because as Riggs and I always say, we know where we are. We know we're smack dab in the middle of the B sector. And there's often times where Riggs might discuss B sector or other shit, on his regular shows. And there's times where I'll discuss B sector and other shit on my regular shows. But one thing that we have always stood on is, on our show, From the Block to the Hood Table, it's not going to be centered or focused on B sector shit, because y'all get enough of that shit. And we always say we just trying to bring something vibrant, something refreshing, something new, something different, to the sector. So for the people who want to take a break away from the B sector or whatever else, and want to have real, like, grown folk conversations, adult conversations. And what else simply is, Sarah, how you doing, love? So that's what we have always been about, and we always state this. I mean, almost at every damn show. So unless you probably don't watch us on a regular basis, you probably wouldn't know that. So I'm gonna give this little situation a pass because of that. But what happened last night, and I did not mean to make it a big thing, but I kind of got like, I did get a little emotional at a moment, during the show last night. And let me just tell y'all what happened. I'm gonna break it down. So somebody had hit the link, and they were discussing some shit that happened in somebody else's chat in the B sector. And as soon as they started saying just a little tidbit, I already knew where this was going. And I didn't want it to go there. And what I knew was the person who hit the panel was going to be discussing some possible allegations, some things that might be done to a child by somebody in the B sector to somebody who's their niece. And before they even got off all the way into what they were saying, I already knew what it was. It really threw me off, Satara. It really did. And I just want to say that I already knew what it was. Now, Riggs, him being the host, he was like, what was, see, because he wasn't there yet. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. And he was accepting responsibility and shit like that, but he didn't know what was going on. So it ain't his fault. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of other people, especially in the chat, already knew what the fuck was going on. Yes, Be Easy was like, Be Easy, where he at? Where is Be Easy? He probably over there working on another show with his 15 and 20K having ass every damn other show. But yeah, shout out to Be Easy. He's a cool nigga. But so Riggs didn't really know what's going on, but I had already knew there's a little history with things that Just Krista had said or alleged or kind of, put it out there in the atmosphere that while Lemon is babysitting his little niece, his young niece, that, while he's drunk and, off the hinges and white girl wasted and all this, things might happen to his niece. And so I guess last night, the person who hit the link had heard even some more deeper shit on that note from the person who's been spreading that or saying that. And so I just didn't want to get into it, because one thing about our show is we might, like Riggs, last night we was discussing the show about lying and manipulation and all this. We were like, yeah, some of that shit can happen in the B sector too. We might say shit like that when it comes to like the B sector, or like, yeah, like maybe I might bring up a topic and I'll be like, yeah, somebody was cheating. We just heard a story about somebody cheating in the B sector, something like that. But we don't try to get all intertwined with the B sector. And hey, sugar, hey, my boo. We don't try to get too intertwined with the B sector. The reason why, and this is from my standpoint, Riz can give his own standpoint if he wants. But from my standpoint, when we first created our show, we always wanted to be on camera. I think it's only one time that Riggs wasn't on camera, and I can't even remember I don't remember if it was his lighting or something was going on. That in a whole year, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad at all. But we always want to be on camera, and we always want to discuss things that do not, for the most part, have anything to do with the B sector. And so the reason why I don't want to discuss a lot of shit that do with the B sector on our show is because the shit that you can get on the back end, the backlash that you can sometimes get when you bring that into your show. And we're trying to do something different. We're trying to do something, just something refreshing in the sector. Like I said, people can come and kick their shoes off. They can have grown folks conversation. We can talk about relationships. We can talk about sex. We can talk about children. We can talk about all kind of different shit over here without involving he say, she say, and who did what and all that. Because we all know I've been doing YouTube for years. And I've been covering the B sector for years. And sometimes when you say shit and you bring up shit on your channel, it can backfire against you, even when you're being neutral. And what I don't want is Riggs and I fighting and arguing or defending shit we done said on our panel because it has something to do with the B sector. And that shit last night with the accusations and no facts, I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I didn't want to get into it. I didn't want it to grow legs on our platform. And then next thing you know, people's out there, oh yeah, and they was over there and they was talking about the niece and all this kind of stuff and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Now, again, like I said last night, and even people in the chat were saying it'd be different if it was some factual shit. If it was some factual shit, if somebody went to jail, if somebody get arrested, if it was like some use of shit and a nigga got arrested for trying to entice some children, that's like facts, okay? Now, we don't know if he's going to be found guilty or not, but it's definitely factual that he got arrested and he went to jail and he was in that bitch on a cot 3 meals a day for like 4 months. That's a fact. But for me, when it comes to allegations and things like that, especially when it comes to children, I did not want to go there. And I didn't want Riggs and our show to get intertwined in that. That's all it was. I wasn't trying to be rude. I wasn't down. I know I got a poker face like a motherfucker when I'm just like, what's going on here? This is not cool. This is not okay. And that's what I do sometimes just to keep my mouth shut. I might sit there looking stoic as fuck because I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. And that's it. And again, Riggs, he didn't have to he didn't have to say, that's my fault. That's my bad. I didn't know. He didn't know. It was, he didn't know what was going on. But a lot of other people knew. Sincere, everybody knew. As soon as she hit that panel and started talking, everybody knew what she was about to say. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that's speculation. That's and then I gave y'all different scenarios of me, when I was younger and I was struggling. I was living in the projects and my brothers would keep my kids. And, so I didn't like the fact that people just making accusations just because somebody, and I ain't gonna hold you. My brothers, I ain't gonna say they was white girl wasted, but they drank and they smoked. My brothers drank alcohol and I knew they drank alcohol. They smoked weed all day long. But they was never like drunk to where they passed out or anything like that. I trusted my brothers. I trust my brothers to this day. If I need my brothers for anything, them niggas is there. Ride or die, them niggas is there for me, their nephews, whatever. And I was always there for them when they was coming up and whatever shit they had that they was dealing with. So one thing for sure, two things for certain, I always trusted my brothers. And I know when I left their asses, they might smoke 2-3 blunts before I get off of my 24-hour shift or whatever. But I know my sons were perfectly fine and taken care of. They were fed, they were bathed, they were young. Like I was talking last night, they was potty training my sons. When my motherfucking brother said the nigga potty train, I was like, it's only been a couple of months. Are you sure? He said, tell that nigga go to the bathroom next time I go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, okay. No more peppers, no more pull-em-ups. But yeah, tying shoes. I mean, they taught my brothers did a whole lot for me. I will never, ever forget the shit that they done. They literally moved in with me for like a year because I was working 2 jobs and I was going to school to better myself. And I didn't want them to be in daycare all day. I wanted them to be with somebody who loved them and somebody who would take care of them. And then he was only like 1 year old. So it's not like he was school age and could go to school. And daycare was so expensive. I couldn't afford daycare. And so my brothers was like, shit, ain't nothing but worse, sis. Where we sleeping at? Shit, they had their video games. They had, all that kind of shit. That's probably why my sons got addicted to video games too. But, in sports and all that kind of shit. But, yeah, my brothers was cool as fuck. Even though they were in the streets and they were gang affiliated and all that shit, they never brought that shit to my house. Now, people could have made all kind of accusations about my brothers too. And I'm like, nah. And when I say my brothers was in the street and affiliated, okay, like most of the people in our family was from the street and in gangs and stuff like that. But I knew when it comes to children, my brothers was A1 day one. You know what I'm saying? So I never had, my sons never complained. If anything, like maybe even, I want to say maybe 3-4 months ago, we were sitting around talking about something. And my sons was just reminiscent about my brothers taking care of them. They're like, man, I remember when Uncle such and such, man, they used to buy us snacks all the time and give us treats. They used to do this with us and do that with us and play games and all this kind of stuff. We used to love hanging with Uncle such and such and such and such. So I know to this day that my brothers made an influence on my sons when I entrusted them with my sons. Now, I don't know exactly what goes on in this other person's world when they're off of YouTube and when they're babysitting. And I didn't want to bring no speculations and allegations onto our platform. That's all it was. Now, I know after I left, because I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to start my 9 to 5. Well, 7 to 3:30. Unless I'm working overtime, but that's my shift, 7 to 3:30. So, it was like midnight or something like that. I was like, I gotta go, y'all. I love you guys. Holla. And after I got off, I took a shower, crawled up in my bed, and I was like, let me watch Riggs till I fall asleep. And that person got back on the panel and they was like, well, I didn't mean to do this. And I didn't mean that you're co-host and woo. And I'm like, I don't want that person to think that I got anything bad against them or I feel any type of way against them. I wasn't trying to, because I guess they thought that I was really bent out of shape about the whole situation. And I was trying to stop the situation, but it obviously didn't work because we ended up discussing it anyway. But I don't want that person to think that I got something against them because I already know how the sector goes. And I know that people carry bones. People be behind the scenes. People be stirring up bullshit, stirring up mess, all that kind of stuff. I understand. I know how the game works. Okay. I ain't new to this. I'm not at all. Not at all. But I just want to make sure I made it very clear the reason why I didn't want to go there, why I may have appeared as if I was upset, because it was just that. It was just that. And that's because I was just trying not to say anything. I was just like, I'm gonna just sit here and I'm gonna just let this shit play out. I'm gonna just let this shit play out. But y'all know how I go. Like, you could be very neutral and just discussing shit and having a conversation, and next thing you know, shit is all running out there in the streets. Yeah, next thing you know, they got me and Riggs in their motherfucking mouth. Yeah, I heard over there on Riggs' platform. Yeah, I heard over there him in the hood table. They was allowing people to do this. And they was allowing people to make allegations, and they was I know how the shit go. Now, if that shit happened on my platform while I'm doing commentary on the B sector, it is what it is. But as far as our platform and our show that we have together, we don't want to discuss anything like that deals with the B sector. It was just too much. It was too much. It was too dark, and it wasn't factual. And unless it's proven to me, then it's not factual. So I understand the person that brought the story up or whatever, they were like, moved by the situation and disturbed and all that kind of shit. It just wasn't the time or place. And that's it. It wasn't the time or place. Like, they could have took that to any other platform. Hell, they could have hit their own damn platform. For all I care. But that wasn't the time or place. Like, the conversation that we were having leading up to them didn't have nothing to do with children, the welfare of children, the abuse of children, anything like that. So I don't even understand why it even landed where it landed. And I just tried to stop it. That's all. That's it. That's all. But I just wanted to explain myself, because I know a lot of people's like, hood table, is you okay? Is you okay? Is you all right? Shit like that. People were even hitting me up after the show. People were hitting me up and saying, are you okay? I enjoyed the show. Yeah, it really went left. And I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say on that. When we can discuss all type of things when it comes to the B sector, all type of things. But just for our show, we don't want to discuss no really serious B sector issues on our show. That's all that I ask. That's all that I ask. But anyway, that's it. And hey, Mel, how you doing? Yeah, this was on Big Riz last night, and it was a great show. Still, overall, it was a great show. It was an absolutely great show. We do our best to bring a good show to you guys. Some of the topics we discussed, some of them, like Riz can say, like Riz said last night, some of the shows we might discuss on Hood Table, he might be like, this shit kind of, like sometimes, especially when it deals with something with maybe some crimes or something against younger people or women or something. But it's a hot topic, and I might like, I want to discuss this, Riz, and he'd be like, all right, Hood Table, I do it for you. I do it for you. But some situations, they are really touchy. But when it comes to, I swear, every time I come live, y'all hear the motorcycles every time. Like, they know this bitch is live. Let's ride. And it'd be like 10, 15 of them niggas just riding down the street together. But anyway, child, that's crazy. You said the Hood Table, that's what about you? Do your own thing. What's up, Mr. Boston? And Rick said on the show last night, Mel, on my channel, I told her table she could play it. Yeah, but see, Riggs, I didn't have time to look for no timestamps. So I was like, because I was trying to get in and out. Really, I was, because I know VS is going live at 6. And I want to hear what that shit was all about. Because now that I'm not on the show with Riggs, our weekly show, I can discuss a little B sector shit. And I know there's a lot of shit out there on the streets about, what's going on, and she making phone calls and shit like this. And I know some people is like, man, that's going too far. She's going too far, shit like that. One thing VS said on my show the other day when Just Kimmy popped up and everything, she said the hood table fucking rocks with me and shit like that, but the hood table will tell you she don't agree with everything I fucking do. And that's facts. Like there are some people on here, some people I'm really cool with that have done some things on here. I'll be like, shit, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna sit here because that's how y'all give it up. Now, one thing I have to say, when it comes to the B sector, a lot of shit that VS is doing ain't new. It ain't new to her, and it ain't new to a lot of motherfuckers. There's other people, and I mean OGs, I mean heavy hitters who have done the same shit, calling schools, calling apartments, calling people jobs, calling the jail, just calling your mama, calling your sister, calling your kids. She ain't the only one that's ever done shit like that. So some people's on here like, oh yeah, she's trying to act like she's the big bully and she's trying to make people scared of her. When you are old B sector, when you come from old B sector, this shit ain't new at all. Why do y'all think motherfuckers kept telling Lemon, leave it alone? Leave it alone. You accuse her of something, you were wrong. She came at you, leave it alone. Leave it alone. But Lemon, and I'm not saying what VS is doing is right. I'm not saying what he's doing is right. I'm saying, okay, if you're not going to leave it alone, then whatever happens, happens. I didn't warn him, but some of the people who've been in the game over here, Ken, ZX, Goosey, a lot of people was telling him, just leave it alone, leave it alone. Now, we're not telling you to leave it alone because we think you're a punk or we think you ain't about it or we think you ain't about that life. We just saying you don't want that old school beef sector back and forth because that's where it can go outside of YouTube. And if you've been here that long, I mean, I know Lemon been here for a minute. He already know how it can go. He know exactly how it can go. You can't just go back and forth and run plays on everybody in this motherfucking sector because everybody don't play like that. They're not going to go back and forth with you, friends one day. Oh, we make up the next day. Friends one day. Oh, we beefing the next day. Go to Vegas one day. I'm going through your laptop one day. I'm exposing you one day. We friends the next day. Everybody ain't like that. You fucking burn people in here, certain people in the B sector, and they gonna fucking light your ass on motherfucking fire. And that's exactly what's going on right now. And let me see, I got somebody in the background. Let me just put up my banner because I just want to make sure. No disrespect, but I just want to make sure it's who it is that I think it is. And let's see. Hello,
Yes,
Bobby.
this is Bobby.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so it's okay. You can say my name. I mean, the live got put out enough for you to say that. Go back to the live and listen to it, so they're gonna know who it was that said it. My only issue about what it was is that what I was saying was on topic. It's that the conversation itself got misconstrued and it got took into a different area of the conversation. I wasn't trying to bring anybody's name up. The reason I got upset, Hood Table, the reason why I was really frustrated, you want me to be honest, is that the words you kept using about accusation was not what I was trying to do. What I was talking about was the lies that were being told and the effects that it could have on someone. Okay. And that's what I was trying to get to. Just a little bit long winded and a little bit of interruptions happened in the course. What my biggest issue was is that the word accusation kept being put across as if I was agreeing or saying that he did do something when that was not what I was saying at all. I was upset that it was being brought out here to the public in that manner. That's what my frustration was about. So when I got off the panel and decided to leave it alone, and then it kept getting drug out, and the words accusation and me saying those things kept getting brought up over and over and over again, it's as if I was contributing to the fact that this man had did something. which if you go rewind the live, that's not at all what I said. I was actually concerned about what was being brought out and why. So that was what my problem was.
But I absolutely understand that. So I don't know where you got that misconstrued. I never
Even
hold
right
on, hold on,
now
hold
in
on,
the
hold on,
even,
hold on.
but hood
I
table, it seems like
never
you
I
already got a problem with me
let
from some other stuff.
can I
So,
explain?
but I'm almost
Can
finished
I
with what I'm
explain?
saying.
Can I explain?
You did say accusations
Can I
several
explain?
times.
Can I explain?
Go ahead.
Can I explain? Okay. So when I was talking about accusations, I never were saying you were making those accusations. I never said that. I knew where the accusations were coming from. I never incited that. I never alleged that at all. I knew exactly who said it and where it came from. And all I was saying was, I don't want to bring those allegations and accusations over on our channel about some little child. I never said you said those allegations. Never, not one time. We
Okay.
kept saying Krista said it. We kept mentioning where it came from.
No, you didn't. Yo, no, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
I think you
Yeah, we
really need to
did.
listen to the replay, hood table, because nobody ever said just Krista. You kept saying me, but without saying my name and saying the accusations. And I even seen Big Easy in the comments and this, that, and the other saying I love lemon, all this other stuff. Like y'all was trying to clown me because I came up there and said something that
No, nobody was
bothered
trying to
me.
clown you. Nobody was trying to clown
That's what
you.
it gave. That's what it gave.
That
So
might be how you took it.
respectfully, all I'm saying is that the main reason that I was upset, literally, was the fact of the matter that even after I dropped down and left y'all back to your show because nobody else was hitting the link, so I decided to come up there and help you guys and talk about the commentary. So even after I dropped down and I got off of it, the conversation continued about me and actually almost in a manner of talking in a way like as if I was bogus for, detouring a almost hour and 45-minute show that was over, okay, and was about to end. And then the word accusation is what really triggered me. Because it's like as if the way that the wording was making it seem is as if I was saying that he had did something. And that's not what I came up there to talk about. What I came up there to talk about was what the commentary was partially about, and also how much it had upset me from what I heard about the accusations.
Nobody was. I'm sorry you took it that way. Nobody was saying that you were making those allegations.
Okay, well, then once you go back and look at it and you listen to what was said after I dropped down, I hope that you understand why I feel the way that I do.
I'll go back and I'll watch it, but I was not. I mean, I was there, so I know where my thoughts were,
Well,
and
that was your thoughts,
I
but
was not
that's not
alleging.
how the commentary went afterwards.
I was not alleging that you were making those allegations. Not at all.
Well,
I knew
then
I knew you brought the storyline to us. I knew where they came from. Everybody in the chat knew where they came from. We didn't even have to say just Krista's name because we knew where they came from. So
But Big Rigs didn't. But
I
Big
hate to
Rigs
feel
didn't know
that
where
way,
it
but
came
we were
from.
not.
And Big Rigs asked me though, Hood Table. He specifically asked me. And
And
now
I
all of a
understand that
sudden
as well.
we just gonna skip over that and we gonna keep saying nah Riggs. And several times he actually said, my fault, Bobby. But we're gonna skip past the fact that Riggs tried to pull it out of me to sit here and say what it was. I
We're not. No,
understand
we
what.
discussed that. We already
Okay, but
discussed
hold
that.
on, let me finish. I understand why he did what he did and why he said what he said, but you seem totally unconcerned. So it
I
lead
don't
me to
understand how
believe
I
that
feel
you don't
unconcerned when
that
I
you already
mentioned that.
feel some type of
I
way
did
about me.
mention that.
That's
I did
cool.
mention the fact. I did
That's
mention the
cool.
fact that Riggs did not know where you were coming. I did mention that.
Okay, but he asked me a question.
I know that, Bobby. I was
Okay,
there.
so I was trying to answer, and then when I seen your face and I seen
But
that
we
you didn't want to
discussed
do.
all this. We discussed all this on the show, and I discussed it earlier in my show today.
Oh, okay. All right. So it is what it is. I just wanted to sit there and say that I didn't like the fact that the word accusation kept being thrown out. And then when you don't want to talk about something, but then when I get down, you steadily were talking about it. Have a good day.
Good day. I guess somebody just wanted to fight. It's all good. It's the B sector. I don't have a problem with her. I don't have, but see, people will make it seem like you have a problem with them. People will make it, and ain't not one time did I make, ain't not one time I said Bobby is making these allegations. Ain't not one time I said Bobby over here lying or Bobby over here. Ain't not one time. Everybody in the chat knew who brought the allegations out. Child, I ain't gotta watch it again because I was there. I ain't gotta watch it again. But Riggs, all I'm gonna say is, you know what we talked about behind the scenes. I ain't even gonna put it out here, but you know what I talked about behind the scenes, and that just proved my point right there. That just proved my point right there. We all were there. We all were there. I don't know why she got these thoughts in her head that we were trying to make it seem like she brought. We all knew. We all kept saying, we know what just Krista said. We even said Krista said the shit like 3 months ago. We had a whole conversation. So I don't know why the fuck she thinks that we were trying to make it seem like she made these allegations up. The fuck? Anyway. Child. Anyway, you said the big rig sector. Child, I'm up here like, I'm like, okay, you're not telling me anything that I didn't see or hear last night. Like, but you know what? It don't matter. It don't matter what you say, Riggs. It do not matter. It do not matter. I didn't have a problem with her. I just didn't want to discuss the child and all the accusations. And we had already discussed. I just literally went over that. Maybe she came in late to the show, but I just literally went over the fact that Riggs didn't know what was going on. And that's why he was asking her, for more details. We literally discussed that. So maybe she missed that part. Maybe she even missed that part last night because that part was mentioned last night too, that Riggs didn't know what was going on, and he didn't have no idea that it had something to do with Krista and Lemon and his niece and woo woo woo, because she was being really invasive, and that's why Riggs and them was like, well, if you're gonna come over and you're gonna bring this, tell us why you're so upset, and what you heard made you so disturbed and all this, and Riggs was like, well, what the fuck you bring it up for if you're not going to talk about it? So that he didn't know what was going on, but I did. And that's why I was like, no, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to get into that. Not only because of that, but because y'all see what's going on right now. For the people who are in the B sector, y'all see what's going on right now. Lemon, and I'm not trying to offend nobody because, hey, I ain't got a dog in the fight. But Lemon is going through a lot of other shit right now. And that's one thing we mentioned last night. He's going through a lot of shit with a lot of different people and a lot of people coming at him and beefing with him. So I didn't want to add fuel to the fire of discussing the shit that Just Krista has said or about his niece, that maybe if he's drunk and maybe the girl might not be taken care of the right way, or anything could happen to a child if somebody's watching them while they're drunk, stuff like that. So it was nothing personal with Bobby. So I don't know why she's taking it that way. And hey, I can only apologize for her thinking that way so many times, till it's like, I don't give a fuck. Because I also know we discussed gaslighting, we discussed manipulation, we discussed all that shit last night. And I'm not one to be gaslit, and I'm not one to be manipulated to think that I did anything wrong. We had a whole motherfucking conversation about this shit, and you're not going to sit here and make me think that I did something wrong to you. I did not do anything wrong to you. I didn't drag you. I didn't cuss you out. I didn't make any allegations against you. All I said was I don't want to discuss it. And that's it. Like, shit. I mean, even people in the chat last night was accusing her of gaslighting and manipulating. I mean, and that's the chat. Oh, you done see similar. We all done see similar situations with her. And I never had no issues with her, but I know a lot of motherfuckers have had issues with her. And I watch a lot and I see a lot. I see a whole lot, and I see how people move on this application, on this platform. I don't move like that. That's not how I move. And if I'm doing any type of commentary or I'm discussing any type of thing, if there's not nothing proven behind it, nothing the facts, I'm not really going to discuss it. I've never discussed, even on my own platform, about Lemon and his niece or just Krista, what they had to say or anything like that. I never really even discussed Yusuf and his situation. Just the point that he needs to shut the fuck up and talk to a lawyer, and that's the only person you need to be talking to. Talk to some close friends, some relatives, things like that. Quit emailing and texting people and interviewing with people on this platform, because ain't nobody out here looking out for you. Shit, you better hope your damn public pretenders looking out for you. But ain't nobody out here looking out for you. They just trying to get a storyline. They just trying to get the numbers and the clicks and the views and all that kind of stuff. And I already see where this shit is going. I know how people do to manipulate a storyline or manipulate a beef or to manufacture a beef. I'm not new to this. And I already see where it's going. And it'll probably start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when it happens, y'all can say I predicted it. When it happens, y'all say I predicted it. Yeah, that's definitely not my character. That's definitely not my character. And what's up, Clemmy? How you doing? You 34? Content. That trying to make some content. That's all. That's all. But it's okay. You're gonna be contenting by yourself. So I hope you are contenting about yourself. Cause I don't do the back and forth. And I don't do the fake beefs, and I don't do the fake storylines, and I don't do the manufactured beefs. I don't do that shit. I've been over here 8-9 years, since 2015, 16, before the B sector started, and I don't do that shit. I've never done it. I'm not gonna start now. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, the last little content that I was going to discuss was about Rihanna. Oh, Riri was somebody had pulled up on her crib and did a drive-by on her crib, y'all. I don't know how many of y'all have heard about this, but and Bobby, I did not mean, again, I'm gonna say one more time, Bobby, I did not mean to make you feel like I thought you was throwing around allegations. I knew when the first 5-10 words that came out of your mouth that you were discussing something that just Krista said. I knew that. I was not making allegations about you. I'm sorry you felt that way. I didn't mean for it to go that way. But as far as Riri though, let me play this little video clip. Yes, for real, child, for real. Somebody that shot up her motherfucking house. And it's somebody that she has some issues with online. See, this shit that y'all be doing out here, and y'all be on this rah-rah shit and doing this online beefing and showing up at people's house. They got a bitch in jail right now for shooting up Riri's house in Beverly Hills. Let me play this clip for the people who don't know.
Now at 11, we begin with breaking new developments on that shooting at Rihanna's home. Police now identifying a Florida woman as a shooting suspect. Now that shooting happened yesterday afternoon. No one was hurt, but police say the pop star was home at the time. NBC4's Brittany Hope Jones is live from the Beverly Crest neighborhood with more details about the woman who was arrested. Brittany.
Hi, Annabelle. Good morning. This is the woman who LA police say left bullet holes on Rihanna's front gate. Now, we're going to show you that gate now. It's bright white. Toward the left, you'll see a few different patches covered by white tape. That's where those holes are. A 35-year-old now booked into jail. She was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Her bail now set at more than $10 million. As of this newscast, she has not yet been charged. LAPD says her name is Ivana Lizette Ortiz. Records show she is from Florida and has a history with police there. Arrested 3 times in 2023 in just a matter of months. So why was she in Los Angeles, and why was she allegedly targeting Rihanna's home? Police working to figure that out right now, but new audio from LAPD scanners gives us insight into what unfolded here Sunday and how police later found and arrested her.
For the units at 8028, 8028 additional, your shooting just occurred. And here I believe the shots came from across the street of the upper gate.
So police say she fired 7 to 9 rounds at Rihanna's home, and 4 of those rounds hit. We know, according to that scanner traffic, that she was able to get away, kind of get closer to the Sherman Oaks Galleria, and that's the area of where she was arrested over there in the valley. Now, we have some more new information as well. So LAPD told us yesterday that, yes, Rihanna was home when this happened, but we have now learned as well, police now telling us that ASAP Rocky and their 3 children were home as well. Again, no one was hurt. Reporting in Beverly Crest, Brittany Hope, NBC4 News.
Can y'all believe that shit? Like, they said like 10 to 12 bullets hit her vehicles, hit her home. And her and the kids was at home. And they got this bitch $10 million. $10,225,000. And people are speculating, why is the bail so fucking high? They understand it's Riri. They understand she's a multi-millionaire, billionaire. ASAP got money. You know, hey, the kids got money. She's a star. She's a trendsetter. She has a clothing line, perfume, all that kind of bullshit, right? Beauty line. So she is somebody out there in the industry. But 10 million? That could have went very bad. That could have went very bad. And so at first I thought, well, maybe this was like wrong, you know, the wrong person. You know, like one of my cousins years ago, his house got shot up and it was the wrong house. My cousin got shot up. And if y'all see my little video that I posted when I was dancing, my twerk video, and the t-shirt that I got on, the back of my t-shirt has my cousin's name on it. And that was around the time that he was recuperating. We was raising money for him because when his house got shot up, he just happened to come home late from work. He didn't want to wake up his family, and they had 4 kids. And he didn't want to wake up his family, so he came in the house. He laid on the couch, which is on the same wall as the front wall of the house. The back of the couch is on the front wall of the house. So when they shot his home up, he got shot the fuck up. He got shot the fuck up. But the craziest part was he survived. He was in the hospital for about 6 months. All the family was looking for them motherfuckers. And come to find out it was an inside motherfucking job. I ain't even gonna get into all that, y'all, because it was some grimy motherfucking shit. It was some grimy shit. Y'all can hit the link if y'all want to, but it was some grimy shit. It was an inside motherfucking job. It was so inside that somebody inside the family had to be sent to live somewhere else out of state because the rest of the family was coming for that family. When I tell y'all my family be on some gangster shit, but sometimes you have somebody in your family. What was we talking about last night? Backstabbers. It be the closest one to you. When I say that nigga wasn't gonna survive in this hood, had he stayed here, his mama shipped him off like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shipped his motherfucking ass on out of here, and he was gone for at least a year or so. Until shit died down. That shit's crazy. But back to Riri, this situation, it wasn't no mistake. It wasn't no accident. This girl from Florida purposely, intentionally went to Riri's house. Now, come to find out, The alleged shooter made a disturbing call out to the pop star in the weeks before the shooting. I'm reading this from an article, y'all, not off the top of my dome. But they said what's disturbing is the alleged shooter made a call out to the pop star in the weeks before the shooting over the weekend. Police report indicate Yvonne Lizette Ortiz, who was allegedly discharged. She had an AR-15 rifle, y'all. This bitch pulled up in a Tesla and a rifle yesterday on Sunday. Riri was at home. Her kids was at home. ASAP was at home. Now, what they found out in investigation was this Ortiz, the lady who shot up her home, she's a Christian. You hear me? Christian influencer, originally from Florida. A Christian influencer traveled from Florida to Riri house with a rifle. Now, let me just say real quick. They said she's from Florida. Did she still live in Florida? I'm not 100% sure. She could have been living in Cali. Could have. But they keep saying that she's from Florida, which makes me think she might have came from Florida, but I'm not sure. And they said she's a Christian influencer from Florida. And they said that she had posted on February 23rd. Now, I don't know what this means. And even the people who wrote this article said they don't know what it means. But they did a bad, let me spell it for y'all. Okay, so the shooter put a sign, you know the @ sign, like in an email, the @ sign. They put @ and then they put bad girl Riri. They don't know why she was making this to Riri. Like that is her handle. But they don't know why she was talking to Riri about, hold on, wait for it. She said, I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at. Did y'all hear that? She @ Riri and said, are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS. When I say AIDS, I mean AIDS, the disease, the deadly disease. She said, I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at. That makes me think that this bitch was closer to Riri than Riri thought. Child, I don't know what the fuck going on, y'all. She accusing Riri of having AIDS. She is accusing Riri of having AIDS. And she called her 5. Now, y'all know Riri got a big head. Y'all know she got a big head. But they said over the last several months, that shooter, Ortiz, had posted a series of erratic messages and videos to her social media that referenced several celebrities, including Riri. There was another post dated February 17th that said that the shooter shared an image of the rapper Drake with the caption, when Drake found out Rihanna had AIDS, adding to the hashtag Champagne Papi. And they said several other people also mentioned Rihanna in a hostile light. On December 20th, the shooter Ortiz wrote that she was already through with Riri, while also referencing reality star Kim Kardashian. She said, I'm restricting that stupid bitch Kim Kardashian. You turn hiding bitch, stop begging for a look. The shooter also referenced Riri in later posts. In a January 19th video tied to Martin Luther King Day, she claimed that Riri, despite it being unclear what she meant, she said in one of her most recent posts, the woman appeared to address rapper Cardi B as well. She said, you can't fuck with me, Cardi B. She said in a clip, you are supposedly busy right now. You ain't messing with me. Her social media account also reveals details about her personal life. In a video posted December 19th, she shared an image of herself posing with trophies, identifying herself as Miss Teen Illinois Latina Princess 2006, suggested she possibly participated in beauty pageants. But now her Instagram appears to have been deactivated. Ortiz also had a YouTube channel where she posted a series of videos titled Praying Women's Journal. So this is a Christian influencer. She has a YouTube channel with a segment about Praying Women's Journal. And she then went up and shot up Riri's house with a rifle. She even did a 60-day prayer challenge on her YouTube channel. Meanwhile, they said she had been arrested back to back like 3 times in 2023. And records show that she had previously filed legal action connected to the entertainment industry. In 2025, she submitted a verified emergency petition against Live Nation Worldwide, which is Riri's promoter, and the city of Orlando, seeking to stop a Billie Eilish, is that how you say his name? Billie Eilish concert at the Kia Center. And you know, Live Nation was partnered with Riri on her major concert tour around that time. They also said that Ortiz had previous records for domestic violence, careless driving, and violating pretrial release in Florida. So that's what makes me think that this bitch probably still lived in Florida. And I don't think she called an Uber or a Lyft, Mel. I saw your comment in the chat. This bitch pulled up in a Tesla. A Tesla. Now, I don't know if she flew there, got there some kind of way by plane, train, automobile. I don't know. But they said she pulled up in a Tesla. And in December, she filed an appeal to overturn a decision in her home state relating to the custody of her child, which was given to her for, man, this bitch, it sounds like she got a lot of issues. She lost her child in a custody battle. She claims to be a Christian and on all these sabbaticals and 60-day prayer challenges. She's a Christian influencer, but she's alleging Riri got AIDS. And I don't know. Some people are alleging that maybe there's something more going on behind the scenes with her or ASAP that we don't know about. And for her alleging the AIDS and shit, I'm like, was something happening? Was something going on? Were they in some type of situationships? Did somebody catch something? Did somebody, because those are strong ass allegations to be making on social media. I mean, we saw what Tasha K had done to her by Cardi B, right? And Tasha K didn't say that she had AIDS. She did mention herpes to Cardi B. She did mention that Cardi B had herpes and she wouldn't take it back. And y'all saw what happened. Tasha K still owed $4 million to Cardi B. So these are some serious accusations. And when you bring in those accusations against people who got money, like this bitch Riri got billions, millions, billions, okay? She can take your ass to court and have you hemmed up just like Tasha K, owing like $4-5 million or more. But her problem right now is the $10 million she needs to get out of jail. But anywho, the girl was apprehended about 30 minutes later when a police helicopter identified her vehicle in Sherman Oaks Shopping Center parking lot. I'm like, the bitch was going shopping afterwards? Was she going to pick up more bullets? I don't know. But anyway, when they pulled her over and took her into custody, they searched the vehicle and located the assault rifle with 7 casings. 7 casings. Now, Riri and ASAP, they claim they don't know much about her. I don't think that's true. This girl was coming at Riri online for quite a time, quite a while, and then showed up at her house. And showed up at her house with a rifle. What up, JW? How you doing? Them voices in her head, child. Oh, is you talking about the Ortiz, the lady? I'm sorry, I was reading the article, so I wasn't following the chat. I'm sorry. Who you talking about, Mel? When you say the voices in her head? You said that Mr. Boston said they've been in a lot of movies. I don't understand this argument. And what up, Pastor Jay? How you doing? Did I miss anybody else? I know VS is supposed to go live at 6 o'clock. Let me see if she's live. Because I want to get over there. Because, you know, VS be hiding her videos. She be putting her shit on private, hiding her videos. Okay, it's supposed to start at 6. Let me click on it. Okay, it ain't started yet. All right, she ain't started yet, and it's 6:01, and ain't nobody hit my link, so I'm still going to end this right now, even though she haven't started yet, because I did say I don't want to go past 6 because BS is supposed to go live. But you said it sounds like a schizophrenic. I don't know. I don't know if she's schizo or if there's. I mean, okay, let me say this. There is never a reason to just pull up on somebody and their family and their kids and shoot up their whole house. Because has she hit even one person? Oh, Lord. Honey. I mean, what was the motivation behind this? I mean, we hear what she made, you know, the statements on social media. We heard the statements. They read the statements. But what was the motivation? That's why I think it's something else going on behind the scenes. We ain't going to find out right away. But even if there was some shit going around where maybe ASAP was, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I know she's filed a lawsuit against the industry and Live Nation, who's Riri is affiliated with. So I don't know. You guys, you know what? When it comes to these celebrities and these entertainers, we know a lot of shit go behind the scenes. Look at all the people who constantly getting arrested and thrown in prison for all kind of fuck shit that they doing behind the scenes in this industry. And all the shit they be having people doing or all the shit that people be doing. I'm not making no allegations. I'm not. But I would not be surprised. Let me say I just would not be surprised if something happened to this lady. I would not be surprised. But I'm going to keep my eye on the story because I definitely want to know, you know, what made her want to go to Riri house and shoot. And you know, it's Beverly Hills. It's all kind of, everybody got security cameras. They got security guards. They got gated entrances. It's Beverly Hills. $1 million homes. You can't just shoot up nobody. This ain't the motherfucking hood. I don't know where this bitch thought she was going. You might as well have sat there and shot up Riri house and then just sat outside and smoked a cigarette. You might as well have lit you a cigarette and stepped outside the car like Queen Latifah did. Oh, set it off. Because you ain't about to get away from no crime scene like that and get away. Then the bitch went to the mall and she was about to go shopping. Whoo, child. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to more coming out about this story. I will be following this very closely, y'all. Very closely. And what up, Tay, baby? How you doing, love? But yes, I will be following this very closely. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here because VS should be starting soon. And I just want to see what else she gonna do. Somebody said in the chat, Lemon still ain't learned his lesson. Not in my chat, but in VS chat, because you know people are already dropping down over there waiting for her to go live. And somebody said Lemon, he still ain't learned his lesson. Now I did watch a little bit of Lemon before I went live. I'll have to go watch the rest later. But Lemon did start his live off by saying, you called the dog or the animal protection on me, saying that the dog might not have his shots and rabies and all that. He said when they get here, I'm gonna show paperwork that they do, and you call this and you call that. Again, I didn't listen to the whole video because I was going live, so I didn't get a chance to see all what Lemon had to say. But hold on. That's what they do, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading something. Somebody hit me up on my DMs. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back and watch Lemon. But somebody said in VS chat that he ain't learned his lesson. So I did hear also that Lemon said he was going to handle VS the right way. I don't know if he's talking about going to court, but he said he's thankful to the people who recorded VS's lives and sent it to him because Lemon claims he's been asleep all day. That's what he claims, that he's been asleep all day. So today, out of all days, Lemon been asleep instead of hitting everybody's panels and in everybody's chats and all this and that. I'm like, Lemon finally went to bed? What? This nigga finally got some shut eye? I find that very hard to believe that Lemon was actually asleep all day long while VS was calling all around the world and I on his ass. I find that hard to believe. But you know how some people are. They be like, I didn't even watch. Somebody DM me. Somebody sent me a, somebody called me. Somebody, But anywho. What up, QI? How you doing? Hey, Kimberly, how you doing, love? Yes. I'm about to get the fuck off of here. Yeah, definitely catch the replay. And definitely hit the Cash App, like Charlie said, if you want to donate to the platform. I forgot to put my goals up, but feel free to hit the Cash App. Feel free to hit the Super Chat. Y'all know I don't be begging on here. I don't be begging. But it's always nice to get a little tip. As Lady Nika said, to get a little tip when we come on here and give y'all some commentary. But on that note, you guys, please like and share the video. I'm about to get out of here before VS goes live so I can see what's going on over there. But you guys stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it high. I'm out. Bye.